wrapping up another Friday night at Haunted Harper-Fowlkes house experience. Kind of cool. We actually had our first repeat people come back, which is pretty neat. But man, what a weird evening.
So basement was active again around the table.
Yeah, I saw you had a bunch of people kind of gathered around it at one point.
Yeah, the one young girl, she was the one. She talked to Patrick, Patrick. She talked to Hunter, and she talked to Hunter, Patrick, and Lisa. Lisa showed up.
Which that's a new one for us, Lisa.
And again, Lisa showed up after the music started. I turned some music on, the big band in the 20s, and Lisa shows up. So we had three conversations going on at one time at that table, trying to figure out who was there. We asked Patrick if there were, how many spirits were around us. And at one point it said more than 5, and it lit up the red. And we went 8, it lit up the red. And we said, how about more than 10? And it lit up the red. And we said 12, and it lit up the red. And then we went to 15, it didn't.
Huh.
So it said that 12, and then we asked, were they all servants? And it said yes.
I've gotten 13 a lot. I wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do
they
get
can
13.
come and go.
Right.
It's just interesting.
And apparently Lisa is here haunting the place, but she did not live here, is what the communication said. On the second group. The first group was with the young girl talking. The second group, Lisa came down and had her interaction with Tammy again.
Mm. Do you want to discuss that, or
No.
are you just going to leave that one out there for now?
Yeah.
We'll leave that one alone.
Yeah, I know. I see it says possessed on one of our devices. It's sitting behind the camera.
It took me a week to get over our.
This one says chant.
Yeah, processing last week. Last week we didn't do a wrap up, but we did have a very interesting evening, and it's probably because of our wrap up how things kind of. But yeah, so the house is definitely becoming more active, and I think that whatever energies are here are feeling more comfortable to be expressive. They are kind of a jokesters.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have a few jokesters with us.
They crashed the crap out of the big tablet tonight. It had 80 some odd % power, and I could not get it to stay on until I plugged it in, and that was, I had to leave it plugged in.
With our new tablet, they're going to kill our new tablet.
I hope
But they're
not.
not. Don't kill our tablet. We're
Now we have meat.
On the whole side of equipment, had our K2s out this evening. Well, actually, this is an older one. You had to shove a little penny in it to keep it to, or get it to stay on. We had one of the people in the group. They were up in the front room, and they were getting a lot of activity on the K2. So they asked if I had another one up here that I could let them borrow, basically. And this was the only one that was still available, so I took it in, and they literally. The two different devices synced up perfectly. I got some video that I'm going to share about that too, but I've never seen them actually sync up like that.
Is that in the room here?
It's in the one that was actually over there. They started out in the room that's right here,
Yeah.
and it was like it followed them over to the other room.
Yeah, 2 of the rooms I don't like.
Yeah. Yeah, and
They were very active though, and
it's pretty heavy.
Those rooms they are heavy. They're a little heavier. I think that they have a tendency to drain you a little bit. Would y'all agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I try to avoid that for a long period of time.
Yeah.
'Cause it will drain you.
You notice, of course, it's like usually younger gentlemen in the room over here. And just, well, no, this one is not necessarily just selected, is it?
Mm.
It can be male or female or whatever. You just kind of go in there. Yeah, that room was definitely.
That room
Right.
was nailing red on the K2 meters for most of the night.
And there's no interference. We've looked. We've tried to do like it.
They were in the
nothing.
middle of the room.
Right.
And it was doing it. And literally, like, I kind of popped my head in from time to time, and it seemed like when I popped my head in the room, the K2 meters would drop down and they'd stop interacting with the people. So I tried to stay out in the
Yeah.
hall. But you could sit there and watch them actually take the meter, and it'd be going all the way up to red, and then as it started to drop down, they could move and they could pick it back up again. So they were following it through the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, and it does tend to go high sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they lift.
If it is any representation of how tall somebody could have been, then whatever energy is in that room has got to be like 7 foot tall or something, because they were up top and still getting the meter. So yeah, I would hope not. Because, yeah,
Well, I mean,
Abraham Lincoln.
they don't really have grounding. We don't really know, that, I mean, they go through doors.
Yeah, a bit of that this evening too,
Right.
on the cameras.
So I just got gather and befriend on my phone.
Well, befriend.
We are gathering.
Yeah. We're being friendly.
Yeah, we're trying to.
And the energies here have been
Yeah.
quite friendly too. We've
For the
had a
most
really
part.
good night, I think.
Can't experience it if you don't come.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely need to come out and do it.
And that's
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Especially the paranormal enthusiasts, but yeah, anybody that wants to come out and check this out, it is definitely worth doing on a Friday night. So that's why we keep coming back out for it.
And every
Absolutely.
night is different. You just never
No,
know. I mean,
never the same.
every event, we do it on every Friday. Of course, every Friday is completely different. I mean, it's like, you just never
And
know.
then who's here.
Get some of the same guests, but not always the same thing. Just like we did music before, and it was really an amazing response.
Yep.
And then tonight, we tried to play it for the two different groups, and
It told me silent.
it was shutting down.
Well, the two that came back this evening, they went straight to the room that they got some stuff in before and started asking questions of a particular energy that they spoke with the last time they were out here. And it was like, it wasn't in that room anymore. So they had to go and move around the house till they started picking up. I don't know if they ever reconnected with that same energy or not, but they literally couldn't get anything in the room they expected to get it in. So they had to go into other places to look. So yeah, it definitely travels around. But definitely an interesting evening. So yeah, come out and join us. I mean, it's worth it.
Yep.
And anybody want to add anything else before I shut it down for the evening?
No, come see us.
Good night. Come see us.